both different. They're a little bit different. We're different. They did a great job, both as players and their coaches. So it does, like I said yesterday, it feels like a while ago, and that's why you play. You have a 16-game season, and in division you get 2 chances. So we'll just do everything we can to put that behind us and try to be better.
That's Matt Nagy talking about the rematch of the first game of the NFL's 100th season. It was Packers at Bears. Both teams were sluggish on offense. It was that Green Bay defense that did just enough. There was that one drive from the Packers when it felt like it was all going haywire, and then bang, 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 touchdown. That was enough for the Packers to win that game. They get together at Lambeau Field with a lot riding on it for Green Bay. Green Bay loses this one. They have to worry about losing the NFC North. Bears are back. Bears are still alive for a playoff berth. It's going to be cold at Lambeau Field. This one, I can see the Bears winning this one because to me, the Packers, even though they're 10-3, I look at their wins. It's like, who have they really beaten and who have they beaten convincingly? They screw around with teams like Washington. They screw around with teams like the Giants. And given where the Bears are right now, you screw around, you're going to lose to them.
Mike, first of all, thank you for using the outline of this show to spend 10 minutes on this great rivalry that you don't even think is a rivalry. There is someone out there, Mike, who is a huge Big Cat fan who's been listening to every program I go on throughout the week and has heard this stat about 16 times, but I'm going to say it again anyway. The Packers, I looked through it on Sunday. They've played 52 quarters this season. 25 of the 52 quarters, they have scored 3 points or less. This offense is very up and down. It feels like they will get on a rhythm. They will start the game. They have a nice plan, and then they just kind of disappear in the second half. Their fourth quarter scoring, I think, is 4.5 points versus 7.5 points in their first quarter. This is why I think the Bears are going to be in this game. It's going to be a close game. Akeem Hicks coming back gives this Bears defense teeth. I know Roquan Smith being out is a big blow, but they've had some guys who have stepped up. Kwiatkowski has stepped up. West Virginia boy has stepped up in his absence. And I think if you have watched the Bears all season long, when Akeem Hicks went out, I think it was against the Raiders in London, the defense loses its edge because everything kind of builds off of him, where he lets Khalil Mack and Leonard Floyd get either one-on-one coverage or up against guys who aren't going to, do great against them. He does a great job. He takes away the run. So Akeem Hicks being back for this game, and it's not official, but he should be, will have a huge impact on this Bears defense getting back to an elite level and being able to win this game. And Mitch Trubisky, I really do believe that the confidence that Mitch Trubisky had winning that game on Thanksgiving Day, something has clicked. It's been between the ears for him a lot of this year, and something has clicked. He ran the ball really well against the Cowboys. He's had a little extra rest here. I think the Bears keep this close, and I hate to say this, you're going to replay this, Mike. I know you're going to replay this next week if it goes against me, but this game is going to come down to, can the Bears make their field goals, and if they do, they win.
And it's going to be cold at Lambeau Field. The temperature kickoff in the high teens. They're giving away free hot chocolate to help people from getting, any type of negative consequence from being out there in the cold. And they'll be the yahoos with their shirts off. And look, that is not the kind of weather you want to mess around with that kind of stuff. And I don't know how much the hot chocolate is really going to help. But, hey, it's a nice gesture from the Packers for all the folks who will be there. And they will pack Lambeau Field for that game. It is the oldest rivalry in the NFL. It is a historic rivalry. My point last week was I can't think of many occasions where both teams were really good. This time around, both teams are over 500 late in the season. Both teams are still very much alive. The Packers desperately need this game if they want to stave off the Vikings at the top of the NFC North, because if the Packers lose this one, the North very well comes down to Week 16 Monday Night Football, Packers at the Vikings, and then the Bears will have a chance Week 17 to screw up the Vikings' attempt to win the division when they go to Minnesota. So the Bears could spoil the NFC North now for the Packers and then spoil it later for the Vikings.
And the Bears, statistically, they're very, very much on the outside looking in. You need help from the Vikings. You need help from the Rams. They need to lose 2 out of the last 3 games. The Bears need to run the table. It's stacked against them. But I think what this Bears team is playing for more than anything right now is having next year feel like they're building something still, because there was points during this 2019 season that it felt like everything was falling apart, that Matt Nagy was maybe losing a little bit of his, hold on the locker room, that Mitch Trubisky was going to be out of the league soon, but that feels like it's come back to earth here for the Bears, and it feels like more like 2018 than 2019, and next year needs to have that kind of rhythm going into it.
That's my take from last week, where when I said it, I saw you light up. I could feel the intensity when you realized, yes, there's hope for 2020, and there is now.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.